brain rot. You might think it's a pretty modern thing, scrolling through social media, staring at your phone, but did you know that the term was first used in 1854? And what were people at the turn of the century thinking caused brain rot? Books. In 1800, 60% of women across England and Wales were illiterate, and 40% of men. Compulsory education was introduced in 1880, which meant that by 1901, literacy rates reached 97%. Reading became the pastime for the working classes. Book publishers saw an opportunity to reach new audiences with fiction, and it was so popular that people were queuing up for the latest instalment from the Bronte sisters or Charles Dickens. This, according to middle-class commentators, was cause for moral panic. They argued that reading would, at best, encourage working people to slack off, and at worst, turn them into thieves and whores. But was it? Let's go meet some of those readers now and find out. I've come to the archive room at Quarry Bank Mill in Cheshire, and here is the first borrowing book from the Workers' Library at Styal, which was the village built for the workers here. It tells us that between November 1901 and March 1915, nearly 4,000 books were lent out to cotton workers, labourers, servants, housewives, dressmakers, farmers and gardeners. Now, unlike other workers' libraries at the time, which were filled with moralising books, the library here was run for and by its people, and the librarian was given full reign over the books that were stocked here. Cotton weaver Phoebe Whitaker borrowed her first book in December 1901, aged 16. For the next 4 years, she takes out books every week. And she certainly doesn't just stick to what a young girl ought to know. She reads children's books, poetry, life histories, novels, and thrilling sensationalist fiction. Sometimes she even reads them more than once, and other times she's definitely recommending them to her friends. A servant called Lily Bone, who was also 16 in 1901, took out 10 of the same books that Phoebe took out in 1 year. Often, one girl returns a book on the same day that the other takes it out. Now, the girls didn't work together, but they would have both gone to the school here in the village. The borrowing book shows that the girls sustained their friendship through reading and through the library. The records also show that similar books were being taken out by their classmates. Some, like Phoebe, worked in the cotton mill. Maybe they chatted about their reading choices while working, in defiance of the factory rules. But you can imagine how hard it would have been to have a conversation down here. I mean, I can barely hear myself talk. Books were a chance to break boundaries, a new way to forge friendships through the odds. Sadly, the library here no longer exists, but communities of avid readers live on today. They are flocking to bookshops just like this one, desperate to share their new read with their friends and family. The Workers' Library gave these teenagers a way of expressing themselves and a way of exploring new interests. It created a community of young readers, kind of like the Book Talk of 1901. The lives of these young people went in different directions after their early education, but they were forever joined by their passion for reading. Is this brain rot? Some might think so, but what we do know is that the Workers' Library at Styal gave the working classes an opportunity to imagine, to share and explore new ideas, and the possibility to think beyond the means of everyday life. So perhaps those upper classes were right to be a little bit worried about the power of fiction.